buttocks reduced, and also to my breasts, because honestly I feel like I'm like past that stage. I've been there, done that. This is actually my 5th time, hopefully my last time getting my breasts done. Yesterday I already had my nails off, letting them like get that good old air. I'm gonna retire the long sharp nails. You know, I'm gonna let all the other young ladies coming up, I'm gonna pass the baton, you know what I'm saying? Stepping into a different way.
I don't think China gets enough credit for um being as calculated as she is. Meaning, people always say I read deep into things, but this is just my opinion. So think about it. Um China, we've all seen that picture floating around of her when she was younger. As we could see, she, um was not as developed. Let's just say that. Um and I can say that because I know she had said that she was 12 in that particular picture, and I knew by the time I was 12 I was wearing a double D bra. So I know, what I know how I was developing very fast. I told you I was developing very fast at when I was younger. But anyway, with that being said, she was calculated because she knew the particular look that, that could be very lucrative, if you know what I mean. She knew what the guys wanted to see. She knew what, you know, she knew what she had to aim for to get what she wanted. So, and she did just that. She, got to the money. She got to the bag to get what she needed so she could give herself that look, um, to put her in the arms of people that could get her where she needed to be. If you get what I'm saying? And that's very smart. So now that she has gotten what she needed, she can sit in front of us and say she's been there, she's done that, and she doesn't feel that it's beneficial to her or her health anymore. She's gotten what she's wanted. She's gotten her millions. And now she doesn't need the behind anymore. The behind did what she wanted it to do, and that was make her money. Whether people want to put it that way or not, it did exactly what she wanted it to do. You know, get to the money. I think we are walking into a new era where a lot of these chicks that go out here and get those butt injections, I think we're starting to see a lot of them have a lot of regret about it. Of course, we had a couple that came out every now and then. For example, K Michelle. She was a good example. I think, to be honest, I think she really was one of the first people, as far as celebrities, that we know of that actually was honest about, hey, this is what happened when I got the butt injections. I took them out. This is how it made me feel. This is what... Y'all remember that interview with Kim Michelle did where she said sometimes it was hard for her to even wipe her behind? And Shekinah is another one that said that. Remember Shekinah Joe from Love and Hip Hop? Tiny, what's her name? Tiny? T.I. wife. I think that's her name, Tiny. Her old best friend that had said, when Shekinah was like, she did an interview, she said, her ex-boyfriend used to have to come and she used to have to call him in the bathroom just to help her wipe her behind. That's how big her behind was. Um, I think we are seeing a lot of them, come out and basically say, hey, it was too much. It was too much on my body. It was too much on, on my health. It was just too much. Um, I think that this will usher in a new wave. I do believe we are living in a trend as far as seeing people with the behind injections. If I'm not mistaken, Cardi B had also said that in one of her interviews. I do remember her saying sometimes she wish she hadn't got it so big. But I don't know if she's gonna get some of it out. But I do believe in the near future we will see a lot more women come out and just say, hey, I had to get them taken out. I definitely do believe it. And to be honest, it does not look natural. But I've heard a lot of people say if they gonna do it, they need to get the fat transfer, not the injections. I've heard a lot of people say that. It do look, some of it do look kind of crazy though. It do, but I also think it depends on, again, how big people get it. And I think if you're gonna get it, if you are gonna get the injections, I think you should get it to fit your frame. Don't just have no little small legs, small arms, itty bitty waistline. Then you got this woo wham, it don't look nice. If you know what I mean. It don't look nice. It looks actually unnatural. I get the look that y'all going for, the Coca-Cola bottle shape, but sometimes it don't look natural. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If y'all go back and watch my Cardi B video, was it Cardi B? I think it was Cardi B. I can't remember. I did a story time on it. What was an example? But anyway, I can't remember what video I had did. But anyway, it's in one of those videos. I had gave an example about how once upon a time when I was in community college, and I told y'all how with the community college they used to give out refund checks. And I told y'all how I told my older cousin at the time, being influenced by social media, and stuff like that. And at the time, I'm so glad that my dudes did not allow me to do it. But I had told her how I wanted to drop out of community college and use my refund check to, get butt injections to become a stripper, right? I know it sounds stupid, and that's exactly what they said. And I'm so glad they did not allow me to do it, because now, with my flat behind on my way to grad school, I can look back and say, wow, I'm so glad I did not do that. Because I told y'all how I had an old best friend, well, good Judy, back in the day, and, she was real quiet and real reserved, and she turned out to be a stripper. And one of a big time stripper at that. But, I told y'all how she was driving before me. She was doing a lot of things before I was doing, but me being a little younger, not realizing that it's fast money. It's fast money, and we all not meant to be, in the fast life. And that's one thing that I always, have been very honest with myself about. And that's why I stay in school, if you know where I'm going with it. But nonetheless, I just figured I would throw that out there for the people out there that actually do look at my videos. And the ones that may try to comfort me and say, well, hey, didn't you say once upon a time that you wanted it? Exactly. So you can't throw it in my face and say, but you said in your other video that you wanted it before. So you can't throw that in my face. I'm very honest with y'all, very transparent. I'm saying that at one point in time I did want the butt injections, but as now I can look back and see, it would not have been for the best. And I'm so glad they did not allow me to do that. Number one. And number two, looking at Chyna, how Cardi talk about how it hurts her back. Kay talking about how it hurts her back. Even as far as on Jaws and Cabaret, I think the lady name was Sapphire. The dark skin one from season 1 and season 2. She has talked about how she always tell women don't get it. How she has talked about how sometimes it's hard for her to even get up out of her bed because her lower back hurts her so bad. So, and I'm glad that we have people out here that are being honest about it, because I feel a lot of the times people are not honest enough. They try to make it look like it's glitz and glamour. We actually have people out here that's saying, hey, if you haven't got it, don't get it. Even Sapphire was talking to Lucky on remember on Jocelyn Cabaret, the second season, when she was talking to Lucky, how Lucky said she wanted to get it. And she was telling Lucky, she said, no, don't get it. And Lucky said she was thinking about not getting it because the way Sapphire talks about how her body aches so bad and how much she's in pain. And Lucky had said she was reconsidering it. So, and I'm like, Lucky in that essence as far as, hey, that sound like this somebody right here that's being legit. That sound like, a warning. Basically, like, and I'm glad throughout the years, we saw how K Michelle was hooked onto the IV, trying to practice and stuff on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I don't think that part was scripted. Some stuff that we see on Love and Hip Hop and shows like that, Basketball Wives, some of that stuff is scripted. But to be honest, that episode when she was fussing with Lyrica, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't think that was scripted. I really do think, and I really do believe, Kay body really was aching. And we all know Kay is a fireball anyway, but she was already in pain. So that made her even more irritable, if you know what I mean. But which I don't justify that. As y'all know, I do not like people that take their anger out on people. But in that scene right there, when she was getting on Lyrica, that was inconsiderate of Lyrica, because you are on another person's time. You do have to be very considerate of other people's time. But anyway, with that being said, I'm glad Chyna is honest about it. We see countless examples of women now, just now, as far as nowadays, they just now coming out and being open about, basically the risk. And we've heard a lot of stories of things that, Brazilian butt lift gone wrong, and I'm not just talking about like the Mexico story. I'm talking about women that have actually went to get the surgery and things have went left. Very much so. And I'm glad that the media is being honest about it, because I don't know about nobody else, but I'm the type of person I can learn from another person's mistakes. I'm not naive enough to think, well, that could never be me. Oh, well, maybe they just weren't taking care of it. Or maybe they just weren't doing what they needed to do. No. Sometimes you really have to pay attention and listen and say, hey, maybe I should listen to this person, because they went through it, they lived through it, they got through it, or they're getting through it. Listen to what they have to say to prevent yourself from making the same mistake. So, I'm glad Chyna is being honest. Now, I think we have all heard throughout the years, especially when her best friend came out to the media. Well, her old best friend, Treasure, I think that was her name, had came out and said, Chyna always wanted, to latch on to a rapper. Do I believe it? Yeah. And I believe Treasure when she said that. I thought it was whack for her. Even though her and Chyna are not homegirls no more, I still thought it was whack for her to spray her homegirl like that. I really did. I get if like you was giving an example, but of course, even if you did give an example, we all know you and Chyna used to be real tight. Now, I do believe Treasure when she said that. I remember that interview when Chyna had said she knew from a young age she just was not gonna be poor. And I do believe that played a major role in her, you know, choosing to be an adult entertainer. And, I do believe she's very calculated, very. She's one of those people that she doesn't really do much without thinking about it first, which is smart. Chyna is very street smart. Do I believe she got with Rob because of who he is? Yes. Um, Treasure, I remember Treasure saying she had, was using him at first and then she caught feelings. I believe that. Um, I believe it. I definitely do believe it. Um, I know people in the comments were saying that's not possible. I'm not saying that I have done it to somebody before, but I'll say this. At first you can give a guy your time and not really be wanting it, not really wanting to at first, and then you can start falling for him. Let's just put it that way. So for the people out there that said Treasure, that's cap. No, that's not cap. But do I believe she probably caught feelings for him? Yes. With time, I do believe she did, especially when they know how to treat you. It is possible. So with that being said, I believe, her getting the butt injections, that definitely, let's just put it like this, that definitely, was a catalyst for her to be able to get in certain rooms around certain people, if you know what I mean, in certain industries, as far as the tigers, the rappers, stuff like that. And as far as Rob, to be honest, I think Chyna and Rob made a cute couple in this particular picture. I think they did. But to be honest, when I first saw them get together, when they start making a show and all that, to be honest, I know this not about to sound right. I know this about to sound wrong, but when I look at Chyna, not as far as just her looks, but I mean the type of girl she is, if you know what I mean. Versus, for those of y'all that remember back in the day, before Rob cheated, he used to go with I think her name Adrienne Bailon from the talk show. He used to go with her once upon a time. So to be honest, to me, I don't know neither one of them from Adam, but let's just put it like this: the way that they conduct themselves is totally different. Chyna is a different type of woman than Adrian, as far as we know. I put it like that. So it was kind of weird for me to see him with somebody like Chyna, if you know what I mean. That ain't got nothing to do with her looks or her character. I'm talking about as far as, how she conduct herself, plain and simple. Let's just be honest, we don't see Adrian swinging from poles and cussing people out and being high in the airport. We don't see that. But with that being said, that does not mean she's not a freak. Like I told y'all before, even from my experience, guys like when you kind of, a little preppy. And then when they get you alone, you kind of, I can even attest for that. They really, they love that shit. So I'm not going to say she is a freak, but I'm not going to say she ain't. She could be just as much of a freak, if not even more, than Blac Chyna. But then again, I don't know. If you get where I'm going with it, it was just kind of different for me. I said to myself, I just thought, I didn't know, Chyna was his speed, if you know what I mean, or his type of woman, but you just be surprised. I thought Chyna was more sort of like maybe the fun girl for him, if you know what I mean. But Rob was more, infatuated with her than she was with him. Which, how they say you're supposed to be with somebody that's more, crazy about you than, you are with him, because that way you'll be treated right. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all for a second, and I'm gonna drop the subject because I ain't even gonna get into that. But when I think of Chyna and Rob, I think she fumbled the bag. To be honest, I really do, because let's just keep it a stat here. Let's just be honest. If that's what she sought out to do, she should have rode that train all the way to the end, all the way to the end. And I'm gonna leave that alone. Essentially, I'm glad Chyna, came forward and was honest about you know, getting the injections and the effects it, have on your body, and how, it's just basically not the move. Hopefully a lot of these young girls will take heed, or young, old, or whoever else that's thinking about doing it. Hopefully they'll listen to her, and K Michelle, and even Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop. She has talked about how it has taken a toll on her body. Jessica Dime, I don't remember her saying it, but Love and Hip Hop again. But as we can all see, that's not all her. Come on now, let's just be honest here. But in the near future, I can see her getting it out as well. Because on some people, I'm gonna just say it this way, it just don't look natural. And from what I was reading, sometimes that stuff can shift. Like, and I think that's what happened to Carly's. It started to shift. So hopefully, I can see in the near future, a lot of more people will come out. We're hearing a lot of people are leaving here behind that stuff. Getting that. It's just, and I'm not gonna say, oh, they stupid, or they this, or that, because I told y'all I was thinking about getting it before, and I'm glad my people did not allow me to do it. So I'm not gonna call nobody stupid behind. Number one, that's their body. So who am I to tell you you're stupid for doing something you want to do to your body? I'm not one of those people. I'm not going to tell you you're stupid for doing something like that. Number two, hopefully, people take heed. Look at the countless examples of these people. And just think about it. Think about it. I heard a guy say skinny girls gonna come back in style. I remember him saying that. I started laughing. He said, no, I'm serious. Before it's all said and done, watch, skinny girls gonna come back in style, because he kept saying how back in the early 2000s, around Aaliyah, around the Left Eye, Aaliyah age, era. He was saying how skinny girls was in style. He said, now this big behind, what's he call? What he call it? Buzz Lightyear, whatever them people is. I said, oh my goodness, he talking about the ant booty. I hate him. Anyway, my homeboy funny, but yeah, he said that's in style. He said, watch, the skinny girl's gonna come back in style. Watch, but I think it all depends on the person and what look they are going for. I told y'all I've been a big girl before. I've been a small girl before. So I know how it feels to be mistreated as a big girl. I know how it feels for people that act like, you so small. They just want to pick you up, so I know how it feels to be both. I've been, the thicker girl. I've been the person that, for example, on my first accounting job, one of my colleagues said, we need somebody small to go pick that up on the thing, and they came and got me. So that's how I knew I was getting small. I'm like, I'm the smallest person in the building. They're like, just about. So I know how it feels to be the big girl. I know how it feels to be the small girl. So, I know how it is. But, and for me, when I lost weight, as y'all know, when I'm ready to lose weight, I go on fast. So, that's just something. Some people frown upon that. Oh my goodness, you're starving yourself. Oh my goodness. So, hey, everybody do what they want to do to get to their goal. So that's not for nobody to say that's crazy. Or like when I'm on my fast, people say, oh, that's not healthy and this, that, and the third. Everybody do what they want to do. Some people go sit under the knife. Some people fast. Some people go to the gym. Some people fast and go to the gym. I've heard some people say they take diet pills. Everybody different. Some people take laxatives. Some people, what's another one? I think that's it, ain't it? Hell, I don't know. My thing is I like to fast. Or now and then, if I feel like I may go to the gym. Some people say fasting is not good. They don't see how I do it. They can't go all the months without eating this, that, and the third. Hey, that's you. Because I don't know about nobody else. If I'm going to lose it, I'm just ready to get it out of the way. I'm not going to be sitting there eating no salad. I don't like salads. That's just me. I'd rather just go ahead and knock it out and, let that be that. Some people can't do it. Some people say they can't go that many days without eating. Hey, different scrolls for different folks. I don't see how people say diet pills. I'm not about to put a whole bunch of medicine in my body. Because if you ask me, I heard all the time diet pills don't work. But I don't want to keep putting medicine in my body to lose no weight. I don't want to do it. Some people say that's a good way to do it. I don't know. As far as the booty injections, I told y'all I can't say somebody stupid for getting it, because I was thinking about getting it. So, how can I say that? But now, would I get it now? No. After all these examples, heck no. Heck no. When I was thinking about getting it, we didn't have a lot of people coming forward talking about it. Okay? I was young then. All I knew is a girl I used to hang with got the booty injections and she was a stripper and she was making a lot of money. So, that's how you can look at people on social media and, looks can be deceiving, all the time. So, I know I just slaughtered that word, speech impediment anyway. But with that being said, don't believe everything you see on social media. If you don't know these people personally, if you don't talk to these people personally, if you don't know what they actually go through, don't just look at it and take it at face value. Because you see how we didn't know Chyna was going through all that? You see what I'm saying? As far as her behind and how she felt it was breaking her down and stuff. We wouldn't have known it unless she had told us. So it just goes to show we don't know. We're not in these people's lives. We don't know. So for the young girls out there that's thinking about it, do your research. Listen to them. Listen to their stories. We have a lot of examples, countless examples of people that left here behind them Brazilian butt lifts. And I'm not just talking about Mexico. I'm talking about people that, the medicine was too much for their body, or we heard sometime how their body had shut down on them while they were right in the middle of the surgery, and not just the booty surgery. We've heard about the cosmetic surgery in general. Do your research on this stuff, and sometimes it's not good to always get the cheap stuff or the cheap way. Sometimes go, listen to your gut and read up on this stuff. Read up on these offices. It's your body. You only get one. And I'm going to leave you with that.